Did you call bank? I call game.
What's good, podcast world? What's good, YouTube? Back for another episode of Charge to the Game Sports Podcast. As you can see, looks a little different tonight. Robbie from ROVERBUCS is joining us tonight. Shout out to you, brother. Big Z's in the house. Jay is actually out of town for a little bit. He'll be back on next show, which will be Monday's show. But thanks for everybody for tuning in. But before we get started, as always, same normal spiel, like, comment, and subscribe to the channel. If you missed last show, we had a great guest, former track and field star Alicia Ford. She was a jumper at the University of Texas and University of Houston, I'm sorry, and Texas State University. She came on and joined us and talked about her jumping career at those universities. She's also the older cousin of track and field star now at University of Texas, Kennedy Flannel. So if you're into that type of stuff, be sure to check out that last episode. But let's talk. So today's episode, we got a lot going on. We're going to be talking about the top 10 running backs in NFL today. And then we'll talk a little NBA playoff action. And then we'll be closing out with our sports bets of the week. But before we get started with the top 10 running backs, man, I want to talk to our guest of the hour, man. So Robbie from ROVERBUCS, man. How you feeling, brother?
I'm very happy to be here, man. It's an honor to be on the show.
No doubt, man.
Welcome.
Warm welcome, man. Thanks for coming on the show. And for everybody that's not in the Charge to the Game group of or ROVERBUCS raffle group, this is the gentleman I'm talking about. When I shout out ROVERBUCS, he has a raffle. And I'm going to let him jump into talk a little bit about his background, about the group, and what he does. So.
Well, yeah, my name's Robbie Rover. I run ROVERBUCS. I started that on May 10th. I'd seen a couple of other people doing it online and, thought that it was a good idea, but I wanted to bring the Bucks effect to it, hence the name ROVERBUCS. A lot of people always ask me, why did you start doing it in the first place? If you're a Bucks fan, why are you getting rid of these jerseys? And the biggest answer I always come back to is, I make a little bit on the side, but it's not a whole lot. I put most of it back into it to keep it running. But the biggest part is being able to spread jerseys out. Like I said, I've been doing it for about 2 months. I've sent stuff to Alaska. I've sent stuff to Rome up in Maryland. I've sent stuff to upstate New York, Virginia, Pennsylvania.
Rome, Georgia, or Rome, Italy?
No, I was saying I've sent Rome.
You're talking about me, man.
Me. You go by Rome sometimes?
You get old and see now, man.
It says Rome on the screen.
Because he said it's growing, it's getting big. I've sent stuff to Rome. I'm like, wow, you're international already in 2 months.
Not overseas yet. Alaska is the farthest. I've sent stuff to Pennsylvania, Virginia, Florida. So ROVERBUCS is kind of getting all over. But the biggest reason is that, not everybody can afford all this stuff. And, if you hop in, you're taking a chance at winning. But I had a guy up in New York, just started a new job, could barely get any Bucks jerseys unsigned. And he's played, and he now has an autographed Mike Evans and JPP.
Okay.
So I like spreading the wealth a little bit.
Yeah, man.
I think Jerome's got a really nice all-star, and now an Aaron Donald.
I know, man. Aaron Donald actually just came in today, man. So thanks for sending it out. And like I said, yeah, man, I got the signed Mike Allstott. And for anybody that doesn't know and who's pretty much lived under the rock for the past few football seasons, Mike Allstott, former running back, fullback of the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, is a Tampa Bay legend. He'll literally run you over. Nickname is A-Train. And then I got, of course, the very best football player in the league now, Aaron Donald. So
I'm still upset about that. I got to hold on to him for about 12 hours, and 8 of it was sleeping.
I knew it. Like when you put it in the raffle, I was like, oh, that's mine. I just gotta get it. You know what I mean? I think I picked out a few spots. But so tell us, so how many spots is the raffle? What is the cost? And I guess what is some of the gear that you got, man?
Okay, so what I've normally been doing for the past couple months was jerseys, and the number of spots and prices fluctuated until I found a healthy medium. But the jerseys are usually 16 spots, and it's usually 20 a piece. First place gets to pick whatever item is pictured. Second place gets a free spot into the next one, and with that free spot, they get first dibs on what number they want. With the new one I just posted just recently, that's our first all autograph full-size helmet edition. That one's a little bit more because the helmets cost a lot more. That one I'll probably have to fluctuate until I find a healthy medium on this one, but I got it right now, 25 spots at 30 a piece. So I'm gonna alternate. I'm gonna do like a jersey one, and then the next one will be a helmet one, and then keep going back and forth.
And with your helmets, you have a diverse group of teams across the board, correct?
Yep, I've got I think there's 4 or 5 Bucks helmets. There's I think 4 Steelers helmets.
There you go, my Steeler fans. Are you listening?
I think I got 3 Dolphins, 3 Saints, a couple Cowboys, and I got an Oakland Raiders helmet.
Okay.
Nice, man. So like he's got stuff for everybody. So
coast to coast,
man.
Florida to Vegas.
I'd like ultimately one day to get it big enough to where I can have a little bit from all 32 teams. I mean, that would be cool.
Yep. Yeah, that's cool. It
really
takes time. I mean, and you're doing a great job. You only been in business 2 months, man, and that's honestly around the same time of how long we started the podcast. We're still baby faces ourselves, man. But like I said, we're pretty much got the same mindset, and and like you said, we love giving back, and we love talking about content and football, man. And then obviously, like you said, you go by ROVERBUCS, so Bucks is your team, man. So tell us a little bit about last season before we get into the top 10, and you probably want to, I'm pretty sure you want to show some of the guys your stuff, but what were your thoughts on last season's Super Bowl, and were you expecting us to actually win the Super Bowl, being a Bucks fan?
I knew that we were going to be way better just with Tom Brady coming in, and not just because of him, but he makes everybody better. He makes them believe. But I knew that we were going to go far. I didn't think that we were going to get it year one with no chemistry.
I know, right? Yeah. And COVID off season. We understand Tom Brady's a proven veteran quarterback, but he did this with a condensed off season. You had no type of chemistry with Mike Evans, Chris Godwin, Ronald Jones. Leonard Fournette was literally brought in, I think, during the season. You know what I mean? It's just crazy, right?
Oh yeah. I remember talking to my wife when it first happened, saying he might go to another team. I said, imagine if he came to Tampa. She said, Giselle will never come to Tampa. I said, imagine if he does.
I don't know why not. I mean, hey, this is not a lot of sunshine, beautiful spot. Hey, they came and we won a Super Bowl, and then we just found out today he did that on a torn MCL.
The whole season.
The whole season.
Entire season.
Yeah, so I mean, for you guys, the Tom Brady haters, man, you got to stop it. That dude did it. I mean, with the torn, ligament in his knee all season long, and lit people up. You know what I mean? There was no drop off in production. So, I mean, NFL, you better watch out this season because he's going to be healthy, and he's got a full all season, and we're coming for you again.
Imagine year 2 with chemistry.
That's what I'm saying, man. I mean, and then you got the defense, the pass rushes. It's so much more I could talk about on it, man. But you got some stuff you want to share with us just to show some of the people of what's in your raffle?
Yep, I've got a bunch of helmets. I've got them all pictured in the raffle, but I'll bring out a couple of the crown jewels.
Nice.
I do have a
beautiful.
This one right here. Let me get it straight. This is a Rojo Super Bowl 55 champs.
That's beautiful, man.
With the Beckett certification right there. I actually have a Rojo in the raffle also. It's not this particular one, but he is available in there.
Okay.
Then I've also got I had this one.
Raiders.
This is the old school Jim Plunkett Super Bowl 15 MVP. He actually
can't find it anywhere.
I had to look him up. He actually won Super Bowl 15 and 18.
Yeah, he's a legend, man.
This one's a smaller market. You got to be one of the old school Raider fans to really like this. But this one is full size. I think this one comes with a sticker on the back. And that's the same thing as the cards.
Right,
it has
certification.
Yep. And then the last one I had was the one I actually just pulled. It's pretty cool. It was the
Dallas Cowboys.
Yep, Dallas Cowboys, Michael Gallup, full size autographed. So trying to get a little bit for everybody, but these are some of the really good ones I got. And I think I got like 18 jerseys or so.
Good stuff, man. Like I said, there's a lot more, and I'll throw it up, throughout the course of the show so some of the guys can see and what you got. And ROVERBUCS' group actually will be in the bottom of the description of the show. So that there's no excuse of how to get in contact with him. I'll provide some of the links so you can join his group and you can stay up to date with him. But guys, let's get into some football, man. So like I said, we're going to be talking some of the top 10 running backs in the NFL today.
Training camp 2 weeks away.
Yeah, matter of fact, training camps. Hey, football is right around the corner, man. Like I said, we're a sports show. We talk, basketball, football, sports betting, some baseball bets, some hockey bets. But for the most part, like I said, we love football, man. Like there's nothing like football. There's nothing like football fandom, college football, pro football, you name it. We're going to talk about it. But let's talk about this top 10.
August 5th, Cowboys Steelers. Let's go. Let's get it started.
Cowboys beat the shit out of these people, please. I hate the Steelers.
They can have a preseason game as long as nobody gets hurt.
I'm still mad at that playoff loss, and there's one person who knows what I'm talking about is Z. So you guys kind of messed up my money in the playoff game, but hey, we'll see. You better make up for it this season. But
I'm glad. New year, new beginning.
But man,
Arsenal are receivers.
Yeah, they do. We'll see. As long as they can do something with the blocking, I think they'll be pretty solid. But in that division with Cleveland and Baltimore, that division's always topsy-turvy,
Cincinnati would be better too if Joe Burrow comes back. Yeah, Cincinnati is not easy. Tough division.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So
and the Browns.
Yeah, Cleveland. All right, fellas. So let's talk a little bit about this top 10, man. So we'll start, like I said, we're going to be starting at 10, and we're counting all the way down to 1. Top 10 running backs in the NFL. So, Z, I'll give you the honors of going first, brother. So who do you got as number 10 on your list?
So number 10 on my list, rookie from Alabama, Najee Harris.
Oh my gosh! So tell the people why you got him 10, and then Rob, you'll go after you, and then I'll go. So why do you got Najee Harris at 10 right now?
Explosive. He's been a star of their camp, and so he brings speed, he brings power, he brings agility. He can catch the ball at the backfield. It's Le'Veon Bell 2.0, and. So Steelers have been hurt since the Le'Veon Bell fiasco. So Najee is going to be Le'Veon Bell 2.0. Now, the way I did my list was projecting for the season. So I am projecting Najee Harris, especially when you consider it's probably going to be the last year for Ben. They don't want him. They have a new offensive coordinator. They had a new offensive line coach. They're adding – they've got 4 new offensive linemen, so they're getting young up front. So it's going to be more of a ball control offense. They're going to do a lot of passing out the backfield. That's where he's going to shine because he can catch the ball at the backfield, and he's big, he's powerful, he's fast. Okay. It's going to be excitement. He's going to be the juice of the Steeler offense because no more 50 passes a game. This is back to Steeler football.
Hey,
that's wishful, hopeful thinking, but it better be back to Steeler.
We're gonna see, man, because Big Ben was throwing his damn arm off last season. It was incredible. Yeah. Like a guy that old putting up that many passing yards, that many attempts, that many completions per game.
Coming off of elbow surgery.
Warrior.
Yeah.
So
no doubt,
I am pumped, and Najee merits number 10, and hopefully in an ideal season, in an ideal situation, He will end the year top 5.
Oh, okay. I hear you. So it's not just talk. All right, we're gonna see, man. Robbie, who you got at number 10, man?
All right. With mine, I didn't do rookies. I kind of did current players. Injuries played a big factor. The top 5 I thought was somewhat easy, but that bottom 5 was tough.
I know. Yeah.
I'm probably going to get some rap from this one, but at number 10, I got Ezekiel Elliott coming in at number 10.
Nice. And look, productive running back.
I think Dak's coming back, and for some reason, when Dak's out, Zeke doesn't play like normal Zeke. But Dak's going to be back. It looks like he's throwing. Looks like he's healthy. He might be on fire again. I remember that year when he smoked us and jumped in that Salvation Army bucket. That killed me.
And Andy Dalton may have been the reason why when Dak went out, nobody trusted Andy Dalton's throwing, so everybody stacked the line, and Zeke had nowhere to run.
But, I mean, he's good. He's quick. He'll hurdle you. Yeah. If you try and go low on him, I mean, he's pretty good power and agility back.
Yeah, that's a good pick, man. So you got him at 10. So for me, I did a little odd, just to throw another guy in there. So at 10, I got Josh Jacobs. Josh Jacobs from the Las Vegas Raiders. Okay. Solid running back, young guy from Alabama. He's a really good, productive back, man. I think one of the things I saw last year, they kind of
1,000 yards as a rookie,
1,000 yards as a rookie, and then he just has to fix the fumbling problem. He did have a huge fumbling problem last year. He had a lot of fumbles for a guy a big solid guy. You wouldn't think he would fumble that much. I think it's more than the way the nature he carries the ball. So at 10, I got Josh Jacobs at 10A. Now 10B. This is honorary mention.
What is that? Hey, how he could sneak in 15 players and 10 picks. Yeah,
hold up, man. Hold up. God damn. So, and 10B is just a 10B. Kareem Hunt. I got to give Kareem Hunt the nod, man. Like, he's sharing the load in the backfield with Nick Chubb.
Do you object to this A, B, and C for each?
I'm going to cross them out. I'm not doing the C.
I think Rome knew that we were going to give him a hard time about that.
Right, man. So, I mean, it's just a B. If you want to give a B or something like that, then go ahead. Or I can just cross Kareem Hunt off. It's up to you, man. So, let's move on to number 9. So, Z, who do you got at number 9, man?
Number 9, he had a down year last year, but he's still amazing. Alvin Kamara from
wow, you got him at 9?
At 9. He only had
Saints fans are gonna hate you, boy. Oh my God, they're gonna hate you.
930 yards. Was it 937 yards last year?
Let the games begin, because
down year for him. But again, he can multi-dimensional back. He can run inside. He can run outside. He can catch the ball out of the backfield. But just specifically based on the downfall, and then projecting forward on the season, you're going to be looking at either Taysom Hill as his quarterback, or Jameis Winston as his quarterback.
Supposedly Taysom Hill.
Yeah.
So that's a question mark. If it's Taysom Hill, everybody's going to stack the line, and it's going to be difficult on him. So
he can't throw. Yeah.
So projecting forward, I got him at 8.
Okay, so I mean, like you said, I guess it makes sense if you put it that way, because I was just like, wow, you got him at number 9. I mean, if you're projecting, I still wouldn't put him that low, but
coming off last year he only had 937 yards rushing.
Yeah,
don't forget Christmas.
Yeah. Who you got, Robbie? Who you got at 9, man?
Number 9. Last year was my first year playing DraftKings, and this guy was lighting it up. Probably because the quarterback wasn't there. But number 9, I'm coming in with David Montgomery.
Nice, from Chicago, right?
Yeah, he was lighting it up. I mean, just breaking tackles, running for big chunk yards.
From Iowa State. I saw him give West Virginia a big problem in college.
Oh, yeah, major problem.
A big back, big, fast, speed, physical,
He was getting a lot of volume just because they didn't know what they wanted to do at quarterbacks. I mean, he was carrying that team there for a little while, especially towards the end.
Yeah, and the thing is, with Montgomery, he's playing in Chicago, and one of the things and I'll start chiming on it later as I get to the top of my list of where I got guys where they are. I mean, when you're playing running the ball in Chicago on that field that turns into pretty much ice during the winter months, that's tough. I mean, if you're running on turf and things like that in the sunshine states, you can easily pick up yards, but it's hard to run the ball in cold weather, and he shares the backfield with Tariq Cohen, you know?
Yep.
So, I mean,
he's up and coming too.
Yeah. So he got the two-headed monster, and he's really starting to produce, and I think he's in for a big year.
For his sake, I hope Justin Fields wins the quarterback position, because Andy Dalton may do to him what he did to Ezekiel Elliott with the Cowboys and mess him up as well.
Yeah. I mean, it's remained to be seen, but it's a solid pick. So for me at number 9, I got Joe Mixon. So Joe Mixon was hurt last year, a little banged up. The Cincinnati Bengals have a horrible offensive line. I mean, we saw it. Joe Burrow got hurt. He's the reason Joe Burrow got hurt. They cannot block for the guy. I mean, they really can rarely run block for Joe Mixon, but he's making things happen down there in Cincinnati. He's one of the few bright spots in Cincinnati for me. And he's just on
their
a bad
solution
team.
Was drafting a receiver with the first round pick instead of the best offensive lineman in the
Exactly.
draft.
I mean, I think they brought in because it's Burrow's. What was it, Jamar? They got Jamar Chase,
Jamar
right?
Chase, yeah.
I mean, they're trying to set up the face of the franchise
with
Joe
a quarterback
Burrow.
coming off an injury.
I know.
Let's not fix the offensive line. Hey,
didn't they draft the guy in the second or third round, or late in the draft? Though?
Late in the draft.
Late.
Yeah.
It wasn't a high pick, so. But I mean, Cincinnati, like I said, Joe Mixon, I got him at number 9. Productive guy on a bad team, outdoors, plays on grass, which is very tough. Playing in Cincinnati on a bad team, bad offensive line. Moving on to number 8, Z, who do you have?
I have Lamar Jackson at number 8 from the Ravens.
Not bad for a running back.
Nice. Yeah, he is a running back.
He had look, I've seen plenty of him.
Is that a little hate I sense, though? Is that a little hate I sense since you're a Pittsburgh Steelers fan?
Being a Steelers fan, I've seen plenty of him. He had 1,005 yards rushing, more yards rushing than Alvin Kamara, my number 9 back. And,
okay.
Yeah, speed. I mean, even in the playoff game when they played Buffalo, or when they played Tennessee, the only offense they had, he had an 80-yard touchdown run.
Yeah, took off on a broken play.
2 long touchdown runs was their offense.
Yep.
So, yeah.
He wanted that game against the Titans. He had out for blood on that one.
Yeah, couldn't do nothing. I mean, and I've seen it. Once he turns the corner, he is just like
he's gone.
Olympic
Action
sprinter.
Jackson.
So I got him ranked number 8, best running back in the league. Lamar Jackson.
Nice. Robbie, who do you got, man?
No, these are where it started to get a little tough, like 6, 7, and 8. But number 8 was another guy that was lighting up the boards. You've already mentioned his name. I'm coming in with Josh Jacobs.
Nice.
At number 8. He's solid. I mean, I know they had the receivers and everybody to throw to, but I mean, I've seen him multiple times where the play was broken. Supposed to go up the middle. He cut back, jump over a player, go to the right, off to the races. I mean,
monster.
And I think that was just that was his first year.
1,065 yards rushing as a rookie.
Yeah.
That was just his first year last year, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And this year they added Hudson, the center, so they get one of the best centers in the league.
Yeah.
I think Josh Jacobs is
only going to make him better. Yeah.
Yeah, Josh Jacobs looks
him to do better.
Yeah, I mean, it's one of the few bright spots for the Raiders, right? I mean, I know Jay probably doesn't want to hear that, but I mean, he's one of their star players. I mean, they're not really in the win column very much, you know what I mean? Even though they did hang in there with the Bucs last season, it was a kind of a shootout, but the Bucs came through. But yeah, I like the Josh Jacobs pick there, man. So for me, at number
Devin
8,
White came from the backfield.
Oh, he punished him. Oh yeah, he lit him up. That's my boy Devin White, man. I'm telling you, one of the best linebackers in the league. And we're definitely going to be doing a best linebackers in the league episode, and Devin White will be on it. So for number 8 for me, man, this guy, and I'm going to just say this is one of my favorite players in the NFL, regardless of the position. He might not be the best, and I think he's going to have a productive year. If he's not top 3 rushing-wise or touchdown-wise, I'll be very surprised. But I have high hopes for the guy, Jonathan Taylor from the Colts. I think Jonathan Taylor, I mean, he hasn't had a ton of production. This is his rookie year, but he did lead the league for rookies He had over 1,000 yards. He had 11 touchdowns. He had 7 over 20-yard rushes, which is pretty high for a rookie. And he's splitting carries between Nehemiah Hines. I think Marlon Mack was hurt a little bit. The Colts offensive line is solid. And then they do, like I said, it's running back by committee in for the Colts. So if he can get a lot more carries, I think he can really do some damage. I mean, this is coming. I know they're doing the Carson Wentz experiment at quarterback. I think he sucks.
They may have the best offensive line in football. So he does have that going for him.
Yeah, they're one of the top O-lines in football. They do have the best O-lineman in football in Quentin Nelson. He's just big, nasty, and he gets into you, man. I got Jonathan Taylor at 8. Moving on down to 7. Z, who do you got?
So I have reluctantly Nick Chubb of.
He said reluctantly.
I'll just say Nick Chubb of the University of Georgia as the number 7 ranked running back, and speed, power. I've seen it firsthand. Being a Steeler fan, great University of Georgia back, Nick Chubb.
Okay, number 7. That's solid. Yeah, very explosive. Who you got,
so
Robbie, at number 7?
1,067 yards rushing. Yeah, 1,067 yards rushing. He was splitting with
Kareem Hunt.
Yeah, what is it?
Yep.
The criminal. So between the two of them, and
the Browns are dangerous. I mean, when Chubb gets tired and comes out, Hunt comes in.
Yeah, again, they have a good offensive line too. You got to give him that. So he's solid.
Yeah. Who you got, Robbie, at number 7?
Number 7, since his quarterback was new last year, I think they leaned on him a lot. I mean, I think he got injured for a little bit, but I came in with the Chargers running back, Austin Eckler.
Oh, yeah, I love Austin Eckler.
Yeah.
I mean, it don't matter if it's running. They fake to him. He's a good pass catcher, and he'll take. I mean, he's the whole package. I mean, he'll be whatever you need him to be. Receiver, running back. Back to what you were talking about with Jonathan Taylor, I think he definitely solidified his spot because they didn't know they had 3 running backs. They didn't know which one they were going to go with, but Taylor, I think, took it away.
Yeah,
but definitely Eckler at number 7 for me.
Yeah, I like Austin Eckler, man. I was really, to be honest, I was thinking about knocking either Josh Jacobs or Hunt off at 10 and putting Eckler in. So he's like my honorable mention. He's not on my list, but I love Austin Eckler, man. I think, he doesn't get a lot of credit for what he does, with the Chargers. So, but for me, at number 7, I think you kind of brought him up earlier, Robbie. I got Ezekiel Elliott. I got Zeke at number 7. If we're done at a previous time, Zeke probably would have been higher. I think his production kind of fell just because the fact that Dak was out. Dallas's offensive line, for anybody that knows the NFL, is not what it used to be. I mean, Travis Frederick is gone and now retired, I think. Tyron Smith is no more the big boogeyman. And then I think they got Nick Martin or something like that. He's still one of the better guards in the league. These guys are just a little long in the tooth. They're just getting a little old. And I just think with that said, his production dropped. So, and like I said, with Dak being out, I mean, you're stacking the box against, a Dallas team that really didn't, they got CeeDee Lamb, they got Amari Cooper, they got Gallup on the outside. But, I mean, when you're sitting, and I'm pretty sure when you're sitting in defensive field rooms, you're like, hey, we got to stop Ezekiel Elliott first and then everybody else after that. So that
he'll be getting fed again this year.
Yep, he'll be getting fed again, man. So hopefully for the Cowboys fans and anybody who likes Zeke, period, I think he'll be big in fantasy this year because I think a lot of people sleeping on him, and I think they forgot about what Zeke did and what he has done. So I got him at number 7. Moving on to 6, Z, who do you got?
So we previously mentioned him. I had Jonathan Taylor from the Colts at 6.
Nice. Shout out to Jonathan Taylor. Man. I love that guy.
He was splitting time with Marlon Mack, and he basically took it over. I think.
And Hines.
And Hines too. Yeah. And basically, I think it was by week 5 or 6, he took it over.
Yep.
And last year having Phillip Rivers, non-mobile quarterback, And
but
so,
still good. Do not talk trash about my guy Phillip.
Again, though,
Very accurate.
It put pressure. It put pressure on Taylor, and he produced. I mean, he ran the ball. Just firsthand from my perspective as a Steeler fan, they had the number one rush defense, and he got some yards against the Steelers. Which nobody ran the ball against the Steelers, and so that
the Browns did. Hold up, the Browns did in the playoffs.
I
know you don't want to hear it, but they ran you. They literally ran you guys over.
I'm talking about the pre-injury. And pre-Ravens ruin our season with COVID moments of time. He performed. Yeah. And so
you're right, yeah.
He gets a tip of the cap to Jonathan Taylor. I loved him out of Wisconsin. I was hoping the Steelers would take it, but he's strong. So yeah, definitely. So Jonathan Taylor for me, number 6.
Okay. Robbie, who you got at 6, bro?
Number 6, I can't remember who it was that delivered the hit, but I'm hoping that he'll still be okay maybe this year to play. But I got Aaron Jones.
Nice. Yup. From Green Bay.
He took a heck of a hit the second time when the Bucs played the Packers and coughed the ball up. But Aaron Jones, you can't sleep on him. He's a power back. He's got a lot of agility. He'll hurdle you. They got the other guy that's coming up behind him, but I think, especially you don't know what's going to happen with Rodgers or Devontae Adams. I think they're going to lean towards Aaron Jones to be,
He got a contract this year.
Yeah, he got paid for. He's been productive, man. He's been one of the more productive running backs in the league. You know what I mean? I mean, some guys might have had him higher. I mean, I'm not that high on the guy. I think he's good. I think he's very solid, man. I mean, that might be just me being a little bit of a Packers hater, a little bit, because they were talking so much shit when we beat the Saints, and they were like, "Oh, you're not gonna beat us twice," and all of this and that. We came into Green Bay and stomped on their necks. So, but yeah, I like Aaron Jones. He's a very good running back.
On the stomping.
Yep. That's just a little zinger to throw out there. But yeah, man. I like Aaron Jones at 6. So for me, man, at 6, I got Saquon Barkley, man. So Saquon Barkley, I got him at 6 just based off, I know he was hurt last year, but he's still going to be one of the best running backs in the league. I mean,
he's a bull.
Yeah, he's a monster. I mean, the guys, they keep showing pictures of the guys' fucking legs, how huge they are.
Have you seen his workout videos and his rehab he posts on Instagram?
Oh yeah. I mean,
he'll be all right.
In so many words, do not let your lady take a look at this guy, because you'll instantly steal him just based off the look. I mean, the guy just looks literally like a statue. You know what I mean?
And ACL is not what it was in the past. I mean, just look at Adrian Peterson coming back. I mean,
these doctors and these guys got this stuff down to a science. You can literally break your leg and come back. It'll be stronger than ever. And I think Adrian Peterson broke his leg literally and came back and led the league in rushing and almost broke the single season rushing record.
Yeah. Alex Smith had nothing left to his leg. It's all metal now.
Right. I mean, it's just crazy. So, I mean, so for Saquon, I mean, I think better days are ahead for him. He's been hurt. He's had a horrible offensive line, one of the worst in the league. They drafted Andrew Thomas, who's a complete scrub. I mean, I mean, New York Giants fans. I mean,
they drafted a tackle that they got rid of.
Andrew Thomas. Are you talking about the other guy?
Before Thomas, the tackle on the other side.
He went to Tennessee and he couldn't pan out. Yep, the guy who's acting crazy, and I forgot his name. I'm pretty sure it'll come to me at some point. But yeah, I know you're talking about. He didn't even pan out. So they can't even get the O-line position right for him. So I got Saquon at 6. At 5, who do you got, Z?
At 5, I'm Aaron Jones.
Nice.
Again,
we were close.
Yeah, similar thoughts there. He had 1,104 yards rushing. He brings speed. He brings power. He catches the ball out the backfield. He can block. I mean, Aaron Rodgers doesn't get hit because Aaron Jones protects him. So he's a complete back. He got his money this year, so that's not even a worry anymore. Instead of being franchise tagged and having to play that game, they didn't. They gave him a 4-year contract. So. And if Aaron doesn't come back and they play the rookie then they'll lean on him even more. So he will. He's a strong back, solid back, and then he wasn't a first round pick, and so it's kind of cool to see those type of guys earning his money and then getting paid.
Mm-hmm.
I like that, man. Who you got at number 5, Rob?
Number 5, he's already been mentioned. That's where I came in with Nick Chubbs.
Nice.
He's solid. I remember seeing one game. I've watched a couple of replays on it where they thought he was going out of bounds, and the announcer even said he went out of bounds, but he never did. He like tiptoed and took off for like 50 yards.
Yep, I remember that, man. It was incredible.
I wrote him on DraftKings quite a bit. I mean, he had a lot of volume.
And it's an amazing story. I mean, as the serious injury, remember at Georgia, when it was almost a Bo Jackson type of injury, and they thought he was done and his career is over. Why didn't he leave to the league after his junior year?
Yeah.
And look at the career he's had. I mean, it's been admirable, definitely.
Yeah, and he's consistent.
Yeah.
Very consistent, man. I mean, like I said, he's running in Cleveland. Man.
Yeah,
I mean,
speed, power, and he can block. So Baker Mayfield owes him a lot. He can block too.
Oh my God, yeah, he does. I mean, he makes Baker Mayfield literally look good because they stack the box, and then people are running wide open because they're scared of the Nick Chubb effect. You know what I mean? Yep. So that's a great pick at number 5.
And he'll run people over too.
Oh, literally. You know what I mean? I mean, you can't stop him on Madden. I don't know if you're a video game guy, but hey, I hate playing the Browns in Madden, man.
On Chubbs.
So for me at number 5, man, I got Alvin Kamara. So I got Alvin Kamara at number 5. Saints fans, you know, I mean, you got to stop talking so much, man. I mean, I wasn't going to put him on the list just because I'm sick of hearing your mouths. But I got to give the guy respect, man. Respect to Alvin Kamara. You know, he had a great season as far as catching the ball out of the backfield and being the workhorse that he is. I think his name was in the MVP running or Offensive Player of the Year runnings. One of them. He obviously didn't win, but he totaled 16 touchdowns, 932 yards, which is relatively low. But I think he was splitting the carries a little bit with, I think, Latavius Murray, and he was catching the ball a lot out of the backfield. He caught a lot of receiver. Yeah, he's a monster. I mean, he's probably one of the top 1 or 2 or 3 receiving running backs out of the backfield in the NFL. I think that's split amongst like Christian McCaffrey and Austin Eckler and probably Kamara. Those are my top 3 receiving running backs in the NFL. But yeah, Alvin Kamara had a great season. 7 rushes over 20 yards. Really solid guy for the New Orleans Saints. So he's one of their bright spots. Moving down to number 4, Z, who do you got?
I got one of my favorite backs, Dalvin Cook from the
Florida State Seminoles.
I mean, he had over 1,500 yards rushing. I mean, he's dealing with Kirk Cousins as his quarterback, who's a crutch for a running back. And, I mean, he can catch the ball out of the backfield. He can block. He can run. He's explosive. He can get you a 70, 80-yard touchdown. He can have the tough yards on 3rd down and get you 2 to 3 yards for a 1st down. I mean, he is just complete. He got paid last year, so they took care of him. Mm-hmm. But, he's a special back. So, for me, he's number 4.
Okay. Good pick, man. Who you got it for, Robbie?
I don't know where Z lives, but I think he was looking at my notebook. Number 4, I got Dalvin Cook.
Nice.
Like the top 5 was a little bit easier for me, but Dalvin Cook, I mean, every time I watch him, as soon as he gets past the linebackers into the secondary, I mean, his dreads are like straight back. He's running tough.
Yep, yeah. And I think we saw it firsthand too, man. I'm pretty sure you watched the Vikings game. They were literally gashing us. Dalvin Cook was killing us.
I knew he was going to get over 100 yards. I mean, I knew that. I knew our defense was good, but I still knew Cook was going to get like 100 yards at least.
It was amazing, man. I mean, Dalvin Cook is a monster, man.
He's fun to watch. I mean,
he's quick. Remember, he was hurt for like a game, and then Madison came in. He did great, but then Cook came right back and just picked right back up where he started.
Yeah. Yep.
Didn't skip a beat.
Yep.
And dude, he'll break your ankles too.
Oh, he'll cook you. He'll literally cook you. So, Dalvin Cook is a beast, man. So, for me at number 4, I got Nick Chubb. I got him a little higher on my list, man. I think Nick Chubb is an absolute beast. Big, fast, strong, 12 touchdowns, 12 runs over 20 yards. I think he had a 1,000-yard season, splitting the backfield with Kareem Hunt, who's down on my list, the 10B guy. He faces 9, 10-man boxes. He has Baker Mayfield as his quarterback, who I do not think he's great. Like I said, if you're facing 9, 10-man boxes, and you're running in Cleveland where the weather's not great in December and some of these later months, I mean, it's hard to run on grass, man. These guys are not running on turf. It's mucky, it's muddy. You know what I mean? It's not, a turf field. It's grass.
And think about the defenses. He goes against Baltimore and
that's what
Pittsburgh.
I'm saying.
That's 4 of his games.
That's crazy. And he splits rushes with Kareem Hunt.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And you got Baker Mayfield as your quarterback. So, I mean, he's dealing with a lot, man, but he's getting a lot of production. So let's move on to number 3, Z. We'll close out pretty quick. Who do you got at number 3?
So I got Christian McCaffrey at number 3.
Beautiful.
He was injured last year, and you saw how much how Carolina fell off after his injury. When he played, Teddy Bridgewater looked like a Pro Bowler. Because he missed half the season, Teddy Bridgewater is in Denver right now. So
losing jobs. One guy.
And so he was Mr. Everything. I mean, he can run inside, he can run outside, he can catch the ball at the backfield. He can do it all. I mean, he's explosive. He can so very, very similar running to me as Dalvin Cook, but a much better receiver. And so McCaffrey, even I expect him to come back again. Injuries, surgeries now, that's not an issue, not a concern. Their offensive line, they just made their tackle the highest paid tackle in the league.
Moton, right?
Yeah, gave him a ridiculous, what was it, 4 years, 80-something million? So that's
they need them. Yeah.
So they have a great offensive line. Now Sam Darnold, question mark. So hopefully that doesn't mess him up. But
we haven't seen him outside the Jets yet.
Yeah.
No.
But that also means that they'll lean on Christian even more with Darnold the quarterback, because they don't want the turnovers that he had in New York to happen for them. So Christian McCaffrey, number 3, one of the best in the league.
Yeah. Who you got, Robbie, at number 3?
Number 3, as much as I hate this team, I know he didn't have a lot of rushing yards. I got to go with Kamara.
Yeah, he's a beast.
With Kamara, I mean, the biggest one for me was that Christmas game. He had 6 touchdowns. I can't remember if they were all rushing or whatever, but he had like 6 total touchdowns.
He had 21 on the season, but most of them were passing, so I had receiving touchdowns. So, but he led
that game. But I mean, he's dangerous. I mean, when I talk about breaking ankles, I mean, every time we play the Saints, I'm so worried about where's Kamara? Where's he lining up? What's he doing?
Yeah.
You know with those shoes, he wore the red and green shoes, and they told him they were going to fine him. I don't remember how much, but he said, whatever you're going to fine me, I'll match it. I'm wearing them anyways, and we'll give it to charity.
Yep. Yeah, I mean, like Alvin Kamara is a beast, man. I mean, it's like I said, as much as Saints fans talk and chirp about this and that, I mean, I gotta respect the guy. He's a great running back.
Went through 2 of his jerseys.
Yup.
Already.
Yep. You gotta get some more, man. They're selling like crazy. You gotta get some more for the fans.
And only one of them was a Saints fan. The other one is like a player fan.
Wow. So there you go.
It's nuts to think he was at Alabama with Derrick Henry, with Mark Ingram, saw no time and had to transfer to Tennessee.
Yeah. That's how it happens, man. I mean,
I'll see his grills.
Yeah.
Like 50 grand in his mouth.
Jesus. Yeah. Hopefully we'll get there someday.
Look, now he's in. They made him a NASCAR. I guess he's.
Who, Kamara?
Kamara's a NASCAR ambassador. They gave him an office at the NASCAR headquarters.
Really?
He has a company where he sponsors a race car, making a whole bunch of money.
Oh, nice.
And, so he's always on the NASCAR broadcast. So on his social media, he posts in their headquarters. They have brand ambassador Mr. Alvin Kamara on the door. He's like my office in the off season, and then
he's hustling.
He put a quote. Sean Payton, we might have to discuss a new contract.
Hey, money is money. Got to get it how you live, man. I mean, so he's got, other streams of income. For me at number 3, man, I got Christian McCaffrey. He's a beast, man. I mean, what else do I got to say? I mean, he's just been hurt. He's playing in Carolina. He faces 8, 9-man boxes. I mean, literally the safeties comes down. I mean, and the thing is, Carolina has solid receivers. But they gotta respect Christian McCaffrey, man. I mean, he's been productive with horrible quarterback play, a shaky offensive line, and a young head coach now. What is the guy from? Where did he come from? What is it, Baylor or something? We'll see. We'll see how it comes.
Matt Rule from Baylor.
Yeah, I'm not sold on him. Panthers fans. I mean, then they got Sam Darnold now. So. But, I mean, it's Christian McCaffrey, and, I mean, he's an absolute beast. There's no denying it. Moving on to the top 2, fellas. So, Z, man, who do you got, man? Top 2.
Drum roll.
Drum roll. Number 2 for me from Penn State, Saquon Barkley.
Wow. So he's going to come all the way up to 2 this year.
How many yards he have last year?
Well, yeah, so he only played, 2 games. So
I'm just kidding.
But – again, coming off injury, he looks like a truck if you see all his rehab videos. He's motivated. A lot of Danny Dimes' struggles was because they couldn't run the ball. And that's going to be fixed with Barkley back. Yeah. So he can catch the ball out of the backfield. He's super fast. He's super big. He's super strong. He's a prototypical, if you're trying to build a back, for today's game, Saquon Barkley is what you would want to have.
I'm excited to see him back.
Yeah, so
me too.
Because to me, he's a combination of speed and power, and can also do the receiving portion. Can block. He's probably the best blocking back in the league.
Oh yeah,
strong.
So I just remember when he was at Penn State, they'd have 8, 9, 10-man fronts, and he'd still get 200 yards a game.
Put up the peace sign, right?
Was he there the same time as Godwin? Did they play together?
Yeah, they did. Yeah, they did. Yeah. Man, that was an amazing team.
And I mean, it was. It got to the point where they started doing 10-man fronts, and that's what made Godwin. That's what got him in the league, because everybody was so focused on Saquon.
Yep.
I mean, between him and then Gesicki, the tight end from Miami, the big tall guy. So that was
he's a beast too.
Yeah.
And so Barkley's unbelievable. I mean, to me, I have him at number 2.
Okay, who you got at 2, Rob?
Number 2, I got C-Mac.
Nice, man.
Okay.
Yup.
I mean, I know obviously he was hurt all year long, but I mean, Panthers without C-Mac ain't gonna win nothing. I believe that, most teams are built around the quarterback, but there's some teams that are built around the running back. He is the team.
They paid him like a quarterback. He's one of the few backs who got that super mega deal who didn't get cut after a couple of years.
Remember when he did that front flip into the end zone? They got a commercial about it. He's like, I got 2 seconds. What do I do? Front flip.
He's a beast, man. Like I said, he's one of the few bright spots for the Panthers, man. He's literally the face of the Panthers right now. I mean, I'm hoping he comes back healthy, man, because even though I hate playing against the guy, I mean, he's tough, man. I've seen
the running backs we play is insane.
I know. With Alvin Kamara and Christian McCaffrey, right? Yeah. I mean, in that division, man, I mean, and then to take it back, I mean, they're no longer. The Falcons used to have, Devontae Freeman and Tevin Coleman, and they were a problem.
I loved watching Freeman. I don't know why they ever got rid of him.
Yeah, I don't even think he's in the league. I think he's a little older.
Yeah, and they paid him, and then he got hurt, and then they cut him. I mean, running backs, they gave him, so they were paying him $8 million a year. That was one of Le'Veon Bell's argument when he sat out with the Steelers was
Devontae
this
Freeman.
he has 800 yards less than me and making $5 million more than I am. Then they cut him. The typical running back story. Give him the money. He has one good year, and then release him with his non-guaranteed contract.
Yeah. So for me at number 2, man, I think you guys both already have brought him up. I got Dalvin Cook, man. I just think Dalvin Cook is an absolute dog. And some people might be like, why you got him at 2? So I'll tell you why. I got Dalvin Cook at 2, man. So this is his stats for last season. He has 16 touchdowns, over 1,500 yards. He was second in the NFL in yards and TDs. Second in the league in missed tackles. Well, first in the league in missed tackles. He has 68 missed tackles, meaning, he's made 68 people miss. 68 people try, 68 people fail. Over 5 yards per carry. And this is on, like you said, Z, I think you were talking about it. Kirk Cousins is his quarterback. I mean, his offensive line is very, very suspect. I mean, those guys, there's literally not a guy I can probably name off the top of my head who's the offensive lineman for the Vikings. And, I mean, he got hurt a few games last year and didn't play in a few. He was kind of banged up. But, I mean, for what he means to the Vikings, he's everything. So I love Dalvin Cook. I got him at number 2. So Z at number 1, man, who you got?
Probably all the same.
Yeah. Yep. Is it consensus? We know who that is, right? King Henry.
2,000, 27 yards.
Put some respect on my man's name, King Henry.
That's ridiculous. 17 touchdowns.
Oh my gosh.
With Ryan Tannehill as a quarterback.
Yeah. He made Ryan Tannehill an MVP candidate because there were 8-9 people in the box literally trying to stop King Henry, and they couldn't. And guys were getting one-on-one matchups, meaning the receivers where they had Corey Davis and then they had AJ Brown. Adam
Humphries.
Yeah, Adam Humphries. So yeah, I think we all got a consensus, man. I mean, number 1.
I just remember, what was it? 2 years ago, I think, when they were playing Denver, where he had the 99-yard touchdown run.
Yeah, I just watched that recently. Again, the replay.
And then it was like the next drive, he had another long touchdown. Just the whole world knows he's getting the ball. You're sitting there thinking, okay, they got a 10-man front. Everybody knows he's getting the ball. Okay. And he went 99 for a touchdown. And then he was running away from the defensive backs.
Right. And the thing is, he's so big, and it doesn't look like he's running that fast. But when you see him zooming by guys, I'm like, Jesus. You know what I mean? Just him striding by guys. Like Derrick Henry is a beast, man. And he had so many highlights. It's like, which one, right? Like the stiff on Josh Norman.
That was my favorite.
I mean, that was ugly, wasn't it? I mean, it
looked like he punched him, like he didn't even stiff arm. He's like, yeah.
Yeah, like literally. You know what I mean? Like Derrick Henry's a beast, man.
The all-time funny photo was the Alabama national championship game where Mark Ingram was the
standing beside him. Standing beside him.
So they had to walk to. It was like dad and son. He walked to the 50-yard line. His sleeves rolled up, muscles popping anywhere, and then Mark Ingram with his Letterman jacket, about half his size. That was the moment the world realized that, hey, Derrick Henry's something different. I mean,
what is he, like 6'4", 250, 260, something like that?
Yeah,
he's a big dude, man. I mean, he's literally a defensive end playing running back. Literally. It's crazy. Like, this guy looks, he's big, he's fast, he's strong. He put up 17 touchdowns, over 2,000 yards. I mean, 16 runs over 20-plus yards. I mean, facing 8-9-man boxes. Made Ryan Tannehill look like an MVP candidate. You know what I mean? A lot of people writ him off. He
got comeback player of the year.
Yeah.
Last year or year before?
I think it was last year, or it might have been the year before. But yeah. I mean, it's the Derrick Henry effect.
The Washington quarterback with Alex Smith last year.
Yeah, but it's the Derrick Henry effect, man. I mean, if you're facing 8 or 9 people in the box, these receivers have one-on-one matchups. If you got AJ Brown and Corey Davis and some of these other guys that they had, as far as Adam Humphries, that making one-on-ones, you can easily beat one-on-one in the NFL. You need some over-the-top safety help. But yeah, I think we all got King Henry number 1, man. So that's our list, guys. I mean,
could you imagine tackling Derrick Henry? Imagine being a quarter and he's running, and you're trying to tackle Derrick Henry.
Yeah,
one-on-one.
Gotta make a business decision.
Or a safety or a linebacker. I mean, he's
got a shoelace. You better shoelace.
Remember, he was waiting too. Remember, he was just like holding it at the last second. Boom.
Yeah, man. So that's our top 10, fellas. I mean, hey, Robbie, man, thanks for coming on, man. Is there anybody want to shout out, before leaving out of here, man?
I want to give a shout out, obviously, to you guys. I appreciate you having me. It was an honor to be on Charge It to the Game. Shout out to ROVERBUCS, and I still haven't gotten a tripod yet. I got to get a little bit more professional, but shout out to my beautiful wife, Amber. She always makes herself available, even with both the kids, and she always records it for me, and she supports everything I do, because this could have went bust and flopped real quick. Yeah. It still could, but she supports me in any little side passions that I try to do.
Big thank you to her for letting us borrow you for the hour.
Yeah, man.
Awesome. She had came outside and flashed me a smile, so I think we're good.
Beautiful, man. So shout out to Amber, shout out to ROVERBUCS and his group, man. And then, like I said, guys, he runs the raffle, man, every so often. He does jerseys, he's got helmets, he's literally got things for literally everybody. So, I mean, it's not that much money for an authentic helmet, an authentic jersey that you can literally frame and get your run ready.
What's the process for somebody new to join ROVERBUCS? What do they got to do?
Basically, all they got to do is just look up ROVERBUCS on Facebook. Okay. And it makes it a little bit easier if they friend request me, so that when they hop into the raffle, I can tag their name. They'll get a notification, and there's a little spot on there where you click see more. It tells you all the rules, and they just they got to put in the donation. Facebook wants it to be called donations.
Okay.
And they put it in there. Once it's full, me and my daughter go live. Madison, she suits up in Bucks gear with me every time, and it's a lot of fun. I usually let her pick first place. I try to go out of my way to make sure that everybody knows there's no cheating. So we look away. We make sure the ball doesn't leave the camera. Little stuff like that goes a long ways.
Okay.
Yeah.
And when is the next scheduled raffle? And if new people want to sign up,
there's one that I just posted now. That's the one with all the full size helmets.
Okay.
So there's 4 Steeler helmets in there. I don't know any Steeler fans.
Outstanding. Let's go. Hey, Steeler fans, let's go.
He's giving them away, man.
I'll tell you, one of the nicest signatures I have seen this far, because I've been studying their signatures, is Juju Smith-Schuster.
Wow.
The guys back in the day, like Joe Namath and them, they took pride in their signature. Nowadays, it's just a quick little scribble, but Juju's, you got to look at his. His is very nice.
Nice. So there you go.
Speaking of backs, you do have a Najee, the number 10 ranked running back signature for the fans out there.
Oh, do you? You have a Najee?
Huh?
You have a
Najee Harris yet?
Oh, you don't want a Najee running back.
No, I did have an Alabama jersey. It was
Alabama. That's what it is. Okay.
Who was that one? That one was the wide receiver, Jalen Waddle.
Okay.
Wow. Jesus. Man.
Yeah, Ryan Lauer got that one. He's a big Roll Tide fan.
Oh,
and, he ended up. Usually, I don't sell them, but at the end of the day, everything has a number. And he's like, "Man, I really want it. Nobody else is asking for it." And he gave me a number. I said, "You know what? You've been faithful to the group. You've been playing, coming over the top, putting in 5 entries sometimes." So I was like, "We'll do it. I'll give it to you." So,
yeah. I mean, there you go. And for anybody that heard him, I mean, there's an unlimited amount of cap of, you can literally, if you want, buy up all the spots. Get the one that you want. Like if you really want the jersey that bad, or leave one spot open, you can literally buy up 15 spots, leave one open. I mean, if you buy 15 spots out of the 16 and the one guy wins, you should just give up. Your luck is horrible.
Oh yeah.
But yeah, man.
It took Jerome a while. He kept telling me, he's like, "Man, I hate losing.
Yeah,
he stuck with it, and he's got him 2 nice jerseys now.
Yeah, man. I mean, I got the Mike Allstott and I got the Aaron Donald, man. So
Both
I
of them
said,
I hated getting rid of.
oh, I love. I got to get the Mike Allstott because of the Bucks. He's a Bucks legend. I love the Bucks, and we're gonna win the Super Bowl again, obviously. And then I got Aaron Donald. He's my
Absolutely.
favorite. Yep. I got Aaron Donald because he's the best player in the league. My favorite player. So yeah, man.
With the what is that? The JSA authentication comes with it as well. And
yep, they'll always either be a Beckett, a JSA, or PSA. So those are like the three biggest ones. Yep. And if they don't come with a card, like some of the helmets, they come with a holographic sticker. And that has the same thing. The number, you type it in, it'll tell you who signed it. On the jerseys, it'll usually tell you what number they signed. So that's nice. You can look at it and be like, oh, Chris Godwin signed number 4. Yep, he signed number 4.
Yeah.
So
so the full name on Facebook, ROVERBUCS Sports Memorabilia Series. You just type that in, you'll get right in there. So if they just click to join, it's a quick process.
Yeah, it's right now the group is still public. If I get like maybe over 1,000 people, I might make it private. But right now, I've still left it public, and they can pretty much invite themselves. If they get confused by the word raffle, I kept hearing from a lot of people that Facebook kind of frowns upon that word, so I changed it to the word series. But it's the same thing.
Yeah. All right, man. Hey, Robbie, thanks for coming on, man. Like I said, we're gonna definitely have you on again, man. Once it gets a little closer, probably have to talk some Bucks action, some preseason action, upcoming action, and then we're actually gonna have some former Bucks players on, man. So keep watching. But thanks for coming on, man. And I guess we'll see you later, man.
Thank you for having me.
No doubt, man. Take it easy, bro. Nice, man. So yeah, man. Robbie from ROVERBUCS, man. So there you have it, man. I mean, the guys, he runs his raffle every so often. I think it's usually once or twice a week. Really good guy, very well respected, But let's talk a little and chat a little bit about this the NBA action, man. So this NBA finals, man. I mean, the Bucks came back 2-2, tied it up, man. I mean, Chris Middleton came back and put in work on him. 40-point game. 2-2 now headed back to Phoenix.
I can't believe Budenholzer made an adjustment. For the first time, he made an adjustment.
What was it? What was the adjustment?
Picking up Chris Paul full court with Drew Holiday the whole game. By the time you get to the third quarter, he's tired.
He's gassed, yeah.
And so he had free reign. They would let him roll the ball to the half court, pick it up, walk it down, and run the offense when they're in Phoenix. When they got to Milwaukee, it was a different story. So now next game in Phoenix is a huge game.
It's a huge game.
2-2.
I mean, the game was it game 4 that was in Milwaukee. Yeah. That was a close game. Phoenix was pretty much up the whole entire game. And then fourth quarter, I mean, Chris Middleton came to play. Giannis came to play. Pat Connaughton, came to play. Like, literally, Pat Connaughton, I think he knocked down a 3 that kind of really, really helped him. He had a putback, like, layup or something off of a miss. He played he had some really timely buckets in the game. Giannis did what he always does, man. I mean, he's playing. This is a guy that came off an injury. I mean, he's back healthy now. Playing really solid. He came in. He was productive. He did what he's supposed to do. He played 43 minutes, had 26 points. Chris Middleton, man, I mean, like I said, a 40-point game, which is incredible,
And on the Sun side, Devin Booker, 42 points. The other 4 starters, 38.
Yeah.
So the other players.
Chris Paul, where you at? Where you at, Chris Paul?
First team to have the other players play well on the road will take advantage of the series. It's been the consistent ones are Devin and Giannis. And Chris Middleton at home was a star, stepped up. When they're in Phoenix, Chris Paul plays well in Phoenix. When they get on the road, the stars are by themselves, basically.
Yeah.
So that's gonna be the key. So it's a fun series. It was a great game. I mean, Phoenix deserved it when they played well. I mean, from the league's perspective, I'm glad Milwaukee won because the refs blew that call at the end on.
Oh, Devin Booker. What are they doing, man? Foul. Like literally, no, they blew it twice. They blew it with the Chris Middleton with the layup at the basket, and I think it was another one. Was it Drew Holiday?
Yeah, Drew Holiday.
What are you doing?
Grabbed him and tackled him or hugged him.
Like literally, this ain't football. I know we just talked football. This is not the NFL. He literally tackled him and gave a foul to call, and he didn't call it. I mean, the refs.
The NBA 2-minute report because they give the refs mistakes in the last 2 minutes, and they have all those mistakes.
Jesus, man. I mean, these guys got to be held accountable because I mean they're determining the outcome of games. Devin Booker should have literally fouled out. He fouled out twice. Yeah. He literally should have fouled out twice
with 4 minutes left.
Yeah. So I mean, they're trying. It seems like they're trying to keep the guys and the stars in the game. I mean, you got to make that call. If he fouls out, he fouls out, man. I mean, I'm looking on the Suns side. I mean. Jay Crowder had 15. He knocked down some threes. Devin Booker had 42. Literally the only star that shined. Chris Paul had 10. Yeah, now I will say this. DeAndre Ayton, where you at? Brother, you had 6 points, man. You had 6 points, man. You supposed to be – I mean, if I had Jay on the show, you were talking about DeAndre Ayton. Again, DeAndre Ayton, you know what I mean?
DeAndre Ayton at home versus DeAndre Ayton on the road. That's how you separate good players from stars from superstars. Oh, yeah. Can you do it in a hostile environment on the road when everything is against you? And you could see where a Giannis and a Devin Booker are versus a DeAndre Ayton and a Drew Holiday.
Yeah. I mean, on the Bucks side, man, I mean, Giannis did what he does. I mean, he had a little under his average. He played 42 minutes or 43. He had 26 points. He knocked down a few free throws. Brook Lopez gave him 14, which is solid. In 19 minutes. He only played 19 minutes.
Less minutes for Brook Lopez.
He's productive. And he's productive.
Another surprise adjustment by Budenholzer. Budenholzer actually made a couple adjustments. And look at the results for the Bucks.
He's playing Bobby Portis more. Bobby Portis didn't have a huge game, but he played solid defense in the pick and roll. When Chris Paul comes off that pick and roll, Bobby Portis is athletic enough that he could step out and face guard him and at least have a chance to run around. Brook Lopez is big and slow. You know what I mean?
You know what I mean? Offensively, in the fourth quarter, winning time, they used Giannis as the screener to set up Middleton to be the one controlling the offense. And that worked. The last 2 minutes of the game, they ran that action every time. Giannis come as a screener, Middleton pop around, either take the shot or Giannis roll to the basket or Connaughton out for the three.
Yep, Connaughton out to the three.
It's not rocket science.
And that's
we can sit at home and watch it, and here we can see it happen.
Yeah. I mean, like I said, going into Game 5, man, which is what? Was it Saturday?
Saturday.
Who do you got, man? It's in Phoenix.
I mean, again, it's the same pattern. Phoenix at home. Yeah,
Phoenix at home.
Phoenix at home, and then go back to because Phoenix played well. I mean, if Booker wasn't in foul trouble, now again we have to wait for the referee assignments Saturday morning. They're released Saturday morning, 9 a.m. If it's Scott Foster,
I knew you were gonna go.
Throw all your money on Milwaukee. Chris Paul is 0-13 with Scott Foster as the lead referee.
Was he refereeing Game 4?
No, he ref Game 3.
Okay, not Game 4.
So not Game 4. And then Game 4, the guys, 3 blind mice for Game 4.
Those guys can't referee the way out of a paper bag.
I just was like, "Are you kidding me?"
Yeah.
And so it went the extreme the other way. For Game 4, so the referee assignments are going to be key.
Yeah. So for Game 5, you got the Suns.
I got the Suns because the way it's going to be ref, the way the series is gone, the home team will get the calls, and if Scott Foster's the ref, then wait a minute, I'm on Milwaukee. So if anybody else is reffing, I will take the Suns. If Foster's reffing, I think I'll take Milwaukee plus the points.
Yeah, for me, man,
I'm waiting to see who the referee is.
for me, I got the Bucks regardless. Like I said, the Bucks was my pick, but even before, you know what I mean, a lot of people was on the Suns winning the series. I just think the Bucks come out, man. Game 5, like I said, the best player in the series is Giannis Antetokounmpo. If Giannis plays like he's the best player, like he's supposed to, You can't stop him. And
And
Chris
then
Middleton,
be himself. Stop shooting threes.
yeah, stop shooting threes. Do what you
go
do.
to the basket.
Get
Go
to
to the
the
basket.
open court. Do your little crossover dribble. They cannot hang with you
Be
at the
aggressive.
rim.
Go to the basket.
DeAndre Ayton can't guard you. You're the best player in the league. You're a two-time MVP for a reason. Play like it. Chris Middleton step up. Drew Holiday give him something and play solid defense. And knock down a few threes. PJ Tucker, Connington, Bobby Portis, and you're in business. So I'm taking the Bucks game 5.
Less Brook Lopez in the game is always better for Milwaukee.
Yeah, yeah, man. So shoot, man. Hey, what do you got for the fellas? For the bets, man. We'll close out with the bets. You have anything? Like I said, for me,
yes. I'm just waiting on the referee assignments. If I'm on the Suns, unless Scott Foster is the ref, and I'll be on the Bucks.
Okay. So for me, man, betting wise,
Game 5 at home. Game 5.
Okay.
At home.
So for me, betting wise, like I said, I don't really bet. I don't bet baseball. I don't bet hockey. I don't bet anything else but football, basketball. With the one game, game 5 on the road in Phoenix, depending on because Bucks are going to be getting plus points. I can't imagine them being a favorite. They're going to be getting some points.
It's going to be like 5.5. 5.5 probably.
If it's 5.5, I like it. Yeah. Now for my bettors out there, if you're into baseball or whatever other sport that's going on, look for value, on a teaser.
Yeah.
If I'm telling you, man, the Bucks in a teaser, the balloon that 5 up to like a 10, and then you get like a nice baseball bet. I mean, you're in business. You know what I mean? I'm telling you, I love teasers, and I'll talk a lot about it during the football season. That's how I laid a lot of my dough.
Value is key. Value is key.
Value. Go for value, man. So hey, everybody, that concludes our show. Thanks for tuning in. Shout out to ROVERBUCS and his raffle. Like I said, check that out. There's a lot of things going on, so I'll try to get through this relatively quickly. We have a lot of great upcoming guests that are coming on our show. Like I said, last show we had Alicia Ford, track and field star, University of Houston. On our next show, we're having a current basketball player, a college basketball player, female athlete, former Kansas State hooper, Alisa Wiggins, guard. Like I said, she's former Kansas State. She's now transferred. She transferred to Northern Colorado University, guard. I think she's about 5'6". This is her senior season. We're going to be talking to her about a lot of things, about COVID probably killing her season. That transferring, a lot of different things, and just the landscape of women's basketball. We're going to be talking to her about a lot of things. So shout out to her. We're looking forward to having her on. And then also in an upcoming episode, which will be actually the 26th of this month, we're having a award-winning DMV media personality, Kelsey Nicole Nelson. She's going to be coming on. If you know anything about DMV sports, she's one of the faces of it. She's a host of a radio show. She's on Fox Sports. She covers the Washington football team, DMV sports, period. You should know her. Okay. She's a great person. We're looking forward to having her on. She's a former product of Clarksburg High School, which is in Maryland, way up there in Montgomery County. University of Maryland product, Georgetown product. So we're looking forward to having her on. We're going to be talking about the Washington football team and their outlook for this upcoming season. So all of our Washington Redskins, well, not Washington Redskins, Washington football team fans, you're in for a treat, because she's going to be talking and chatting about the Redskins, the Washington team. Keep saying Redskins. But anyway, we'll close out the show. Like, comment, subscribe, guys, and we'll see you next show. Peace.